Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner were both involved with Diddy. Kris had been helping Diddy with church money. I have Kim's videotape that was found in Diddy's mansion. In the tape, Kim is seen doing a sacrifice. Kim is going to be arrested soon because that videotape is now with the FBI.
Kim and Diddy both in on it. Now there's a price to pay for this Hollywood stuff, because once you go in, you can't come out. And if one gets turned in, then the secrets come out.
Did y'all know that Khloe Kardashian was on tour with Diddy when she was 16 years old?
Why would a 16-year-old Khloe Kardashian go on tour with P. Diddy?
The internet is completely losing it right now after a shocking new rumor took over social media, placing the Kardashians directly in the middle of the Diddy prison controversy. Online whispers claim the family is allegedly working overtime behind closed doors to make sure Diddy never turns against them. The idea is simple but explosive. If Diddy starts talking, names could come out, and some of those names might destroy careers. Gossip forum insiders say the Kardashians have been frantically trying to separate themselves from him. But that effort reportedly collapsed when old Instagram posts from Khloe suddenly resurfaced. Posts fans believe show far too much familiarity. Once those screenshots began circulating, sources say full panic mode kicked in. Phones started blowing up, crisis teams rushed in, and the alleged objective became crystal clear. Keep Diddy silent no matter what. Because if he cooperates, reveals secrets, or starts connecting dots from inside prison, it could uncover relationships the family spent years carefully hiding. Today, we're breaking down why the Kardashians are said to be on edge, how those leaked posts changed everything, and what Diddy might know that has Hollywood's most powerful family sweating quietly.
Diddy, as we all know, is facing crazy allegations, right? This isn't new news. But what's new is when the FBI raided Diddy's place, he found tapes. Now, Diddy has security cameras all over his place, and he keeps footage of everything that goes on, including the parties. Now, unfortunately for Kim, they on your ass. Now, it shows two things that happened during these parties that could potentially ruin just the whole Kardashian family. One, that Diddy paid Kim $50 million to smash. Now, whether this was with Kanye or not, I couldn't.
By now, everyone knows the Kardashians don't just live in the spotlight, they design it. Staying relevant has always been their #1 goal. For years, they mastered that by aligning themselves with the biggest names in Hollywood, crafting an image that screamed influence, access, and untouchable power. But recently, that perfectly polished PR machine has started to crack, and the name at the center of the storm is Diddy. For years, the Kardashians openly showed off their closeness to him. Parties, pictures, shout-outs, they never tried to hide it. If anything, they put it front and center. But the second Diddy was arrested, everything shifted. Suddenly, the family that thrives on attention went completely silent, and people noticed immediately. Online chatter claims that when the news broke, the entire Kardashian circle allegedly went straight into emergency damage control. Posts vanished, photos were deleted, captions tweaked, comments scrubbed, and tags removed. Anything hinting at a connection to Diddy disappeared. Fans described it as watching a digital cleanup happen live. And that wasn't the end of it. Rumors spread that the family quietly launched a behind-the-scenes PR push, subtly guiding media narratives to emphasize distance and deny any involvement with Diddy or his alleged crimes. Sources said the arrest sent shockwaves through the Kardashian inner circle. In Touch Weekly even quoted someone close to the family who said they feared being dragged into the fallout. Not because they were accused of anything, but because perception is everything, and their image was suddenly vulnerable. After all, these are the same women who once bragged about partying with Diddy, joked about it on camera, and name-dropped him like a trophy. Now, those moments were being replayed in a very different light, and online audiences began connecting dots, whether fair or not.
When the feds raided Puffy's houses, they found tapes with evidence of Kris Jenner being part of some criminal activity.
Nobody else?
For a while, it seemed like the plan worked. The noise died down. The momentum slowed. That was until an old Khloe Kardashian Instagram post resurfaced and chaos erupted all over again. The post dated back to 2013. Khloe shared a photo with Diddy and posted a glowing birthday message, calling him an incredible friend to her family, praising his impact, and even joking about their mutual love for unicorns. Back then, it looked innocent. Today, fans reacted completely differently. Screenshots spread like wildfire, and suddenly the conversation came back louder than ever. What made it worse is that Khloe, more than any other Kardashian, has long been rumored to have the closest bond with Diddy. Despite a 15-year age gap, reports claim Khloe was around him from a very young age, possibly as young as 16, often without supervision. And this is where people really stopped and questioned everything. Kris Jenner allegedly allowed Khloe to go on tour with Diddy. Yes, an actual tour. This was before Keeping Up with the Kardashians, before the brand, before the billion-dollar empire, back when the Kardashian name was still more tied to Robert Kardashian Sr. and the O.J. Simpson trial than reality TV fame. Somehow, Khloe ended up traveling on Diddy's tour, and to this day, no one has clearly explained how or why that happened.
I was with you this weekend. A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far French so good. Montana. Do you even know half the people you're naming? No.
Why would a 16-year-old Khloe Kardashian go on tour with P. Diddy?
I definitely was drinking at 16. Yeah, Khloe was on tour with Puff when she was 16. I did not start drinking till later. You were driving cars.
That unanswered question keeps coming back. What exactly was Khloe's role? Backup dancer, assistant, artist, none of it adds up. There was no official title, no clear duties, no documented purpose. She wasn't pursuing music. She wasn't listed as staff. From the outside, it appears she was simply there along for the ride. And that mystery is exactly why people are talking now. In Hollywood, people don't just join major tours by accident. That's what makes the situation feel so disturbing in hindsight. And as if that wasn't enough, an old Keeping Up with the Kardashians clip resurfaced and poured fuel on the fire. In the episode, Khloe casually talks about attending one of Diddy's infamous parties while chatting with Kourtney. The way she described it instantly raised eyebrows. She joked that many people there weren't wearing clothes at all, completely naked. Khloe laughed it off and even told Kourtney, "You would have loved it," suggesting it was exactly her kind of scene. Kourtney, clearly curious, pushed for more details and asked who else was there. That's when Khloe casually dropped another shocking name, Justin Bieber. And this is the part that made fans freeze. Justin was only about 20 years old at the time. Suddenly, what once sounded like a playful reality TV moment felt very different, especially given everything now being revealed about Diddy's parties and the environment around them. That's why this story won't go away. When you line up the old footage, the resurfaced posts, the unexplained tour appearances, and the frantic digital cleanup after the arrest, people keep asking the same thing. What does Diddy know? And why does it seem like the Kardashians are desperate to make sure he never says it publicly?
You guys go back and watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you will come to the conclusion that Khloe Kardashian was most likely the closest person to Diddy. And it makes sense because she dated French Montana, who is very close and who has been very close to Diddy. There are a handful of clips of her speaking about hanging out with Diddy, hanging at his parties, on his PJs.
We're gonna get a 787. We're gonna put beds in it. We should get a Challenger. When I play with Puff, Puff has a whole back, it's a bedroom. It's a bed. Utah, really?
I've been sent this clip of P. Diddy and Kris Kardashian chatting literally hundreds of times. This clip was taken in 2013 at a Hollywood Walk of Fame event celebrating Babyface. I can only assume they're talking about Khloe Kardashian because Khloe went with Kris to this event. I've also been sent clips of P. Diddy right before he got arrested and Kendall Jenner in Dubai. Here's what I'm seeing.
It was so freaking amazing, and that girl, Val, is it Val? She has her ish together, like really. It was super cool, and I don't think she thought she was gonna flake on us, did she? Because that night she was like, thought she was getting interviewed.
But she had the best time. She thought it was like such a cool place, and I love.
And it doesn't end there, because it turns out Kourtney really did feel that FOMO. A 2016 clip from Cocktails with Khloe is trending again, and people are re-watching it with completely different eyes. In the clip, Kourtney and Khloe are sitting with Diddy, casually talking, when Khloe starts reminiscing about his parties. The way she talks about it is anything but subtle. She tells him outright that when people think of a party, when they think of a good time, they think of Puff. Not just any host, but the ultimate party king. A name synonymous with excess, indulgence, and nights nobody talks about the next day. Let's be honest, Khloe wasn't talking about boring Hollywood mixes. She was hyping Diddy up as the standard, the blueprint, the top of the scene. And knowing what we now know about what allegedly happened at those parties, that praise hits very differently. According to the sisters, Diddy's birthday party was the most epic night they'd ever experienced. Khloe didn't explain why, and that silence made it even more unsettling. When someone avoids details, fans start filling in the gaps themselves. Was it the celebrity guest list, the luxury, or something far more scandalous that couldn't be said on camera? Take that however you want, but in today's context, that comment definitely didn't age well. And Khloe wasn't the only Kardashian comfortable in Diddy's world. All signs suggest they all enjoyed being around him. This wasn't a brief Hollywood connection. It went back years. As early as 2006, the Kardashians and Diddy were already closely linked. One of the first notable moments was Kim attending one of Diddy's famous white parties before she was even famous, back when she was just Paris Hilton's stylist. By 2008, Kim and Diddy were regularly photographed together at industry events. After that, seeing a Kardashian at one of Diddy's parties became normal. In 2009, Khloe attended another white party at his Beverly Hills home. In 2010, Kim and Kourtney celebrated birthdays with him. Again and again, their paths crossed, not by chance, but consistently. At that point, it was obvious this wasn't surface-level networking. They weren't distant acquaintances. They knew each other well. And considering how carefully the Kardashians managed their image, none of this was random. Aligning with Diddy back then wasn't accidental. It was strategic. Every appearance, every party, every photo was calculated, especially when cameras were rolling.
Very dear friend, Sean Puffy Combs is here.
Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a daughter and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my coat.
There was P. Diddy in the restroom of the Met. It was the women's room. That's why I was there. Okay. Dry humping a Kardashian.
Like, I heard the dry humping anecdote, but I don't think you revealed the name.
Yeah, there were multiple Kardashians in there, and like that other sort of lame supermodel version, you know, like not the real supermodels like we grew up with, but like these new influencer types.
Right.
They were all in there. No one was using the bathroom. They were smoking and dry humping, and that was P. Diddy. Like, I'm just saying there's a pattern of disrespect for others and our sacred places and things that should be treated as inviolate. And it applies to places and it applies to people. And I have no idea what this guy is capable of, but I think it's probably worse than we can even imagine.
And we all know who was behind that strategy: Kris Jenner. Kris has always been the architect of the Kardashian empire, the woman pulling strings behind the scenes, turning moments into headlines and relationships into influence. But what many people are only realizing now is just how close Kris herself was to Diddy. At one point, when Kris was hosting an episode of The Kris Jenner Show, she invited Diddy on as a guest, and things quickly turned very flirty, very fast.